Very good evening to all the participants. So I would like to welcome all the participants for this webinar on contribution of innovation to economic growth by our resource person, Dr. M. Ravichandran, Professor, Computer Science and Engineering Department, Shadhan College of Engineering and Technology. So this event was organized by the Institution Innovation Council of Shadhan College of Engineering and Technology. So with the blessings of our founder chairman, Dr. Vijarat Rasul Khan, so with the constant support of our chairman, Dr. Muhammad Shah Alam Rasul Khan, our principal, Dr. Muhammad Atikur Rahman, and the organizing team, Dr. Jodi Kumar, President, IIC, Vice President, Dr. Ilyas, IIC, and convener, Dr. Nazif Khan, IIC, and the student coordinator. Now I would like to hand over the session to our resource person, Dr. Ravichandran sir. Please welcome, sir.
Good afternoon to all of them, to one and all present here. With the blessings of the Chairman Rasul Khan, I like to welcome our Chairman sir, Mr. Muhammad Shah Alam Rasul Khan, our respected Principal, Dr. Muhammad Atikur Rahman, and our directors, Dr. Munim sir, Dr. Srinivas sir, and IQC coordinator, Dr. Subraj sir, Deputy IQC coordinator, Dr. Afroz Mayer, Madam, and I'd like to thank the President of IIC, Dr. R. Jodi Kumar, and Dr. Ilyas, Vice President of IIC, and convener, Dr. Nasib Khan. And I'd like to thank all of them for giving me an opportunity to give a speech on webinar on contribution of innovation to economic growth. This so that is the historical context is that the economical growth. So whenever the economic innovation is there, the economic growth goes in a horizontal direction from the low level to higher level, like growth. So that is a huge thing, that is it is occupying better human capital, more physical capital, and economic growth. So first, initially, the human capital is less, and then slowly it margins moves a steady rate, and then goes steady beyond, and then it reaches the final stage of the innovation systems. So that is the historic context of the economic growth. So we are emphasizing the institutions to provide formal and informal constraints like the infrastructure and connectivity, whether the macroeconomy is stable. So we are now using the number of graduates, postgraduates, and researchers who are utilizing the innovation system. But how much of them are utilizing the contributing the economic growth to innovation systems? So like the students who are graduating, who are post-graduated, and researchers can contribute the innovation through patents and publications, and they contribute the GDP growth, changing composition. So that is the national growth development is the depending upon the health, product and service market efficiency, labor market efficiency, financial markets, and market size. These are the attributes of the variables of the growth. So what is the principle behind that one? The health is social well-being to higher income. This leading to higher income. And then the product and service, the resources must be allocated to the product and service and whether the competition is good so that we can allocate the resources. Then the market efficiency is to compete with the number of workers to the number of jobs so that we can use the number of workers to the fullest potential. We can utilize the workers' full potential and contribution, and then only we can grow the talent by giving, for example, by giving training. And then the financial markets we can develop by working efficiently, who is accessing to the money, including the venture capital. So a businessman, we can tell an example as a big businessman who can develop a venture or capital, can produce the GDP for economic growth for India. So market size, we can contribute to domestic and foreign markets. The larger markets are willing to take risk, whereas the smaller markets are not willing to take risk. They are taking as going on. So we have to produce the good data, which is challenging one. So the business persons totally contribute to the GDP, there is a growth of India. So now what is going on in the innovation? So why we need innovation? So that is the innovation is measured only through patents and publications. So that is it is through R&D and scientists and STEM graduates we can develop the innovation. So we have to have a creative thinking, like more than the rational thinking, and we should think beyond so that our vision must be clear. Our vision must be able to produce the development of the innovation. And then current thinking is that what are the other types of innovation matter? So they are defined here as innovation versus commercialization. So what is commercialization? Innovation is creating invention, and commercialization is doing the business. So we are linking the innovation with commercialization. So invention with commercialization becomes innovation. So now innovation becomes invention plus commercialization. Now who will fund the innovation, government or private sector? That is the people who are in academic backgrounds, who are filing the patents, or the researchers, or doing the PhD holders, or postgraduate, or graduates will contribute to the innovation or fund innovation. And some other, apart from them, some government officials are also can participate in the funding innovation. But all through this innovation, it should be global, diversified. So current thinking has been done by the government. So the government helps to fund the, it creates so many agencies like DRDO, that is RPS, National Defensing Agency. Like that way, it creates more number of funds, more number of agencies through which our people, our students can get the fund from that agency to develop the institution. So what are the benchmarks result in averages? So the benchmarks are national benchmark when compared to the national level. We can examine the regional level, local sector, technology, or platform innovation systems. So the technology must be grown. It is not limited to the local people or a particular sector people. It must be all over the regional. So it is diversified, and we have to build the innovation systems in a diversified manner to reach all the stakeholders. So in the years below, the GDP has been attaining a slow rate because the educational levels are not uniformly improving. The R&D investment is very less. The productivity of brains are very less. So due to these reasons, the economic growth of the country is slowly decreasing. So we should focus on the productivity of the grains and the investment of projects and then education levels to increase the economic growth. And then we also have to invest a startup company, that is the government has to motivate the graduates or postgraduates to develop entrepreneurship or to start up the entrepreneurship so that they can earn more income and contribute to the society. So we have to bring the creativity mindset to bring the innovation. So we have to bring the hidden talents of the students from their minds to create innovation, to become an entrepreneur, and then to develop an entrepreneur so that it will lead to the developed countries and the developing countries. So in the innovation system, we increase the knowledge. So who are all the actors in that knowledge? So we people are the actors. So we are encouraging the clusters and ecosystems so that we can contribute to the knowledge to be a part of national or international. So this is about the contribution of innovation to economic growth presentation. So this is the the topic of speech about the contribution of innovation to economic growth presentation. Thank you for me for giving me a chance to present this seminar.
Thank you, Dr. Ravichandran, sir. Now I would like to invite Mr. Mubin, sir, for vote of thanks. Please welcome, sir.
Thank you, Jyotikumar, sir. Your topic was very demanding topic, and your presentation also very good. Thanks a lot for presenting in your innovative thoughts for innovative purpose. Thanks a lot. Okay. Thanks everybody, all the audience.